What's up everyone? I wanted to go ahead and do another emblem for you guys. This time it's going to be the Superman emblem. I'm going to go over this really quickly, so please understand if you need to pause, please do so, and pause on the flashes that you see. That way you can come back and actually rewind and go through the video. So I'm going to run through it real quick. You got the rounded square that's black as the background. I used for layer 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 the ice star, and I had to sketch and skew it around to actually get it to where I wanted it. And you can see layer 2 is just the regular Superman blue. Layer 3 is a baby blue. Okay, and I'll go through those two real quick. And all I did was copied layer 2, pasted it in 3, changed the color of 3, and skewed it down to give it that blasting kind of looking effect. Same thing with layer 4, Superman blue, and then I used an ice color blue. So you can kind of see I did the same thing there. Now here, pretty much the same thing. Used the ice color and just rotated it around and got them where I want them. After skewing the ice star around, you can get this effect. Okay, now moving on to layer 8 is the wide triangle. Now I refer to this as Superman red. That's the way I perceive Superman's coloring. Okay, that is the wide triangle, and you can see that I used it for the bottom part of his shield. That was to give me the outline. Okay, and layer 9, I actually used the lampshade. Okay, lampshade, I used it for 9, 10, and 11, and I used Superman red as the color. Okay, now I did it to give me the outline of the upper part of the shield as well as the border, and I'll go through these and you guys can pause them. I basically got the size on the left that I needed, copied it, put it in 10, copy 10, put it in 11. That way it stays pretty consistent, and I had to rotate the center one to get it to where I needed to fill in the upper gap. Okay, moving on. Superman yellow is what I'll refer to this as. I use the half heart, and you can see the half heart is the upper right hand corner of the Superman S that you can see. Trying to show you guys, upper right hand corner. I had to sketch and skew it around. Again, that's Superman yellow. Layer 13, I use the wide triangle. Okay, or the triangle wide, I'm sorry. And I had to sketch and skew it around until I got it where I wanted on the bottom part of the S. And again, please feel free to pause these videos. These are not easy to do. It can take some time, and I'm sorry. I've been getting some people upset because, hey, they want you to do this, and I'm sorry. It's just time consuming. So please be patient, or I wouldn't even attempt it. Okay, for layer 14, I used the bike ramp on 14 and 15. And you can see how I used them on the upper left hand corner to give me my outside dimensions and spacing on the S on the upper top corner and bottom corners. Okay, and that is Superman yellow. On layer 16, I used the oven mitt, and I had to skew it around to get the upper left hand corner of the S to get the right curvature. Go through it one more time for you guys. Okay, remember, pause is your friend. Okay, layer 17, second lieutenant, Superman yellow, and I used it on the upper left hand corner to actually get the layer 14 and 15 in alignment with the upper left hand corner of the shield. That is Superman yellow. Layer 18, I used the thimble, and I used it to give the bottom S curvature. You can see on the bottom part of the S the curvature that I used. Okay, sketch and skew around, play with it, you'll figure it out. Layer 19, the windsock for 19, 20, and 21. I use the windsock a lot. For layer 19, I used Superman yellow, and for layer 20, I used Superman yellow. Remember, pause as often as you need to, rewind, go back, check it out. You can also save on Black Ops 2 where you're at and work on it another day. There's no hurry. Don't get in a hurry or you'll just get pissed off and you'll just totally quit. So if you want this, don't give up. It is achievable. This took me, I believe, about an hour and 15 minutes to create. Okay, so that's layer 19 and 20. Okay, and that was the windsock. For layer 21, windsock, Superman red. Okay, you can see I used it on the middle part of the S to give the curvature that I wanted. Again, please pause if you need to. That's why I cycle through these multiple times for you guys. For layer 22, I used the triangle wide. And you can see I used it in the upper right hand corner and gave it the definition on the right side upper part of the shield of the S. Okay, one more time for you guys. For layer 23, I used the second lieutenant, and that was to fill in a gap that I was having. You'll have the gap if you're following me this far. If not, wait, it will be there. Okay, layer 24. I used the windsock again, and I used it on the right hand corner of the S to give the curvature that I wanted. Okay. For layer 25, I used the half heart Superman yellow, and that was to give the cutout on the upper right hand corner of the S. For layer 26, I used the lampshade, and that goes on the left hand central part of the shield, just above the circle on the bottom tail of the S. For layer 27, I used the full circle, and I used it for the bottom central part of the S to give it that curvature in the S. Okay, layer 28, I used a rounded square, and I used it to fill in a gap just beside the left hand side of this circle. Remember, you have to sketch and skew these around, and I'm referring to all of these. Okay, that's why I recommend to pause. Layer 29, I use the windsock. Layer 30, I use the windsock. The first 29, I use Superman red. For 30, I use Superman yellow. Now, I'll show you the placement of 29 and 30. That was to give me the curvatures and fill in any voids that I was having while making this project. Okay, layer 31, I used a full circle. That was to give the S its bottom tail. That's kind of hard to get that size and placement, so please feel free to pause this and get the right size that you want. Okay, remember, pause is your friend. For the last one, I used the half circle, and I used it to give a little more contour on the S in the central left hand side portion of the shield. Okay, now I'm going to run through these real fast with you guys. Got layer 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. I'm just going to go through here randomly. Please feel free to pause. This is just for reference. If people get stuck, they can come back and look and say, hey, this order here needs to go there. For the ones that get this, I appreciate your patience while you're making it. If you haven't yet subscribed to me, please feel free to do so. This has been the Mad Review, giving you another Black Ops 2 Superman emblem. Please subscribe, and I will be trying to work on more emblems as I go on. Thanks, guys.